Christ is risen.
Indeed, he is risen.
That greeting, it just sends shivers down your spine, doesn't it? It's the absolute core of Orthodox Easter or Pascha.
It really is. It's this incredible declaration of life winning over death.
And it's shared by, what, over 250 million Orthodox Christians globally?
That's right, including about 6 million right here in North America. It truly echoes across the world.
It's amazing. So for this deep dive, we want to get right to the heart of it for everyone listening.
Yeah, give folks a quick way to grasp the main rituals, the feeling, the global tapestry of it all.
Exactly. Think of it as your shortcut to really understanding this huge, joyful celebration.
Okay, so where do we start? The peak, maybe? The heart of the Easter night itself.
Let's do it. That time just before midnight on Holy Saturday. The Blessed Sabbath, they call it.
Right. The anticipation is palpable then. The church is usually dark, quiet.
And there's a specific service happening, the nocturne. Tell us about that.
Well, during the nocturne, the priest does something really symbolic. He takes the winding sheet, the cloth, representing what covered Christ in the tomb, from the symbolic tomb, often an epitaphio structure, and places it on the altar table.
And it stays there.
It stays there until the Feast of the Ascension, 40 days later. It's a visual shift, isn't it?
How so?
Well, you move this symbol of death, the shroud, to the altar, the place of the Eucharist, the sacrament of life itself. Death gives way to life, right there.
Okay, powerful. Then midnight hits.
And everything changes.
Yeah.
The Paschal procession begins. People leave the dark church, usually carrying candles.
Candles, right. And they're singing.
Oh, yes. They start singing the first hymn of the resurrection. The source gives us the first line. The angels in heaven, O Christ our Savior, sing of thy resurrection.
Make us on earth also worthy to hymn thee with pure heart. Imagine that sound rising in the darkness.
It must be incredible, moving from that quiet darkness towards the light of the resurrection.
And when they come back to the church, the doors are closed.
Yes, closed tight, symbolizing the sealed tomb of Christ. It's quite dramatic.
So what happens at the doors?
That's where the big moment happens. The priest proclaims the resurrection. Sometimes there's a gospel reading about the empty tomb.
And the first, Christ is risen.
Not quite yet, usually. First comes the Easter Troparion, that key hymn.
Yeah, the Troparion. Remind us.
It's short, punchy, and sums it all up. Christ is risen from the dead, trampling down death by death, and upon those in the tombs bestowing life.
Wow. Trampling down death by death. That's intense.
It really is. It captures the paradox. Christ's death destroyed death itself and brought life. It's the core message right there.
Okay, so they sing that outside the closed doors.
Then the doors are flung open,
No.
and everyone floods back into the church, which is now ablaze with light. Candles everywhere, lights on full, a total contrast.
From darkness to light, literally.
Precisely. And this marks the beginning of Paschal Matins, which is described as a service of almost pure singing.
Pure singing, not much spoken.
Mostly hymns and chants, yeah. Joyful, celebratory. Think incense, flowers, bright vestments, the whole sensory experience.
And specific hymns are sung then?
Yes, particularly the canon hymns of the Resurrection by St. John of Damascus. He was a huge figure in Orthodox hymn writing.
Any lines that stand out?
The source quotes one, "It is the day of resurrection. Let us be illumined for the feast."
Let us be illumined, like filled with that light and joy.
Exactly. It's an invitation to fully enter into the reality of the resurrection.
And there's also a famous sermon read.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Paschal Sermon of St. John Chrysostom. It's an absolute classic, ancient, but still so relevant.
What's the gist of it?
It's this incredible open-armed welcome. It basically says, come everyone. Whether you fasted the whole time or showed up in the last minute, come and feast. The table is full.
Really? Even if you didn't do all the Lenten preparation?
That's the message. It emphasizes God's overwhelming grace and mercy. The source calls it radical grace. Christ's victory is for everyone who accepts it.
That's a beautiful message of inclusion.
It certainly is. It sets the tone for the Eucharist that follows.
So Matins flows right into the main Easter service, the Divine Liturgy.
Immediately after, yes. It's a long, incredibly rich night of worship.
And the readings in that liturgy are significant too, I assume.
Absolutely. They often read the very first verses of the book of Acts.
Which talks about the apostles after the resurrection.
Exactly. The start of the church's mission, powered by that event. And crucially, they read the prologue to John's Gospel.
In the beginning was the Word.
That's the one. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Why that passage specifically?
It connects Pascha right back to the very act of creation. The idea is that Christ's resurrection isn't just a historical event, it's a recreation, a new beginning for the whole cosmos.
Wow, okay. That elevates it even further. A cosmic event.
Definitely. And during this liturgy, the faithful receive Holy Communion.
Receiving Christ as the true Passover lamb, what's the symbolism there?
Well, think of the original Passover, the lamb's blood, saving the Israelites from death in Egypt, leading to freedom.
Right.
So Christ is seen as the ultimate Passover lamb. His sacrifice frees humanity not from physical slavery, but from slavery to sin and death. He is the new Passover, the path to true freedom.
That makes sense. And the whole atmosphere in the church reflects this.
Oh, completely. The source paints a picture, vibrant colors, fragrant incense, flowers everywhere. Icons often prominently displayed show Christ destroying the gates of Hades, pulling Adam and Eve up from the tomb.
A visual of victory.
Total victory. And you hear that Easter troparion, Christ is risen, sung over and over again.
Repetition reinforces the joy.
And another key phrase echoes, "This is the day which the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." It's just constant, overwhelming joy.
Okay, so that's the core liturgical experience, but Pascha is celebrated worldwide. Let's talk about some of the diverse traditions.
Yeah, this is fascinating. The core is the same, but the local flavor can be really distinct.
Like in Greece. What's common there?
Roasting lamb is huge in Greece, a big feast after the Lenten fast, and of course, the red eggs.
Ah, the red eggs. Tell us about those.
The red dye symbolizes the blood of Christ, and they have this tradition of tapping eggs together to chrisma. The person whose egg doesn't crack is said to have good luck.
And the cracking itself symbolizes
Breaking out of the tomb, new life emerging. It's a simple, tangible symbol everyone can participate in.
fun. What about Serbia?
The source mentions worshipers gathering with candles after midnight in churches that are just apparently incredibly decorated. Rich incense, lots of singing, a deeply communal atmospheric experience.
Sounds beautiful. And Lebanon?
In Lebanon, the focus often highlights the festive meal. Big family gatherings, maybe stuffed turkey or chicken, and special sweets like mamoul semolina cookies, often filled with dates or nuts and sugared almonds.
Food as celebration, a common theme.
Definitely. Sharing that abundance after the fast is a big part of the joy.
Now, Crete has a particularly fiery tradition, right?
Yes. Building a bonfire to burn an effigy of Judas Iscariot.
Oh, that's direct.
It is. It's a very strong symbolic act representing, good conquering evil, light over darkness.
Okay. And Russia, we hear a lot about Russian Easter.
Right. You have the beautiful, solemn midnight service, the joyful chants of Christos Voskresi, Christ is risen,
And the response?
Voistino Voskresi, indeed he is risen. Then there's the blessing of special foods.
Ah, yes, the baskets of food people bring.
Exactly. Blessing things like kulich, which is a tall, sweet, cylindrical bread, often with icing. And Pascha, a rich, pyramid-shaped dessert made from cheese curds, cream, eggs, sugar. Delicious.
Sounds amazing. And red eggs there, too.
Yes, exchanging red eggs is very traditional, along with that Paschal greeting. Then a big feast to break the Lenten fast.
It's really striking how, despite these variations, lamb here, bonfires there, specific sweets elsewhere, the core feeling is identical.
Absolutely. It's all celebrating that same victory, that same sense of unity and divine love breaking into the world. It's fundamentally the same event expressed through different cultural lenses.
And that unity is maybe best shown in the greeting itself, echoing in so many tongues.
Yeah, the source lists quite a few, which is really cool to see.
Let's hear some. Greek. Christos Anesti.
Arabic. Almasi Quam.
Church Slavonic. Christos Voskres.
Russian. Christos Voskres. Very similar.
Serbian. Christos Voskres.
Romanian. Christos Enviat.
Bulgarian. Christos Voskres.
Ukrainian. Christos Voskres.
Georgian. Christa Aga.
Amharic. Ethiopia, Eritrea. Christos Tensei.
And English, of course. Christ is risen. Plus French, German. It goes on.
It really drives home the universality, doesn't it? Same core belief, the same joy proclaimed across cultures and languages.
It does, which leads us nicely to this idea the source calls the true Pascha. It's not just about remembering something that happened long ago.
Exactly. It's presented as a living experience, happening now.
What does that mean practically?
It means Orthodox Christians see Pascha as their own personal passage, a passage from darkness to light, from death to life. It's about moving from this world, with all its limitations, towards God's eternal kingdom. You're not just remembering Christ's passage, You're participating in it.
So it's a present reality, not just a past event.
Precisely. It's happening to us now through the liturgy, through the community, through faith.
There's a hymn quoted related to this. Shine, shine, O New Jerusalem, the glory of the Lord has shone upon you.
Yeah, beautiful imagery. The New Jerusalem, the heavenly city, is seen as radiant now because of Christ's resurrection. His victory has opened up that heavenly reality, made it accessible.
So Pascha is like a merging of heaven and earth.
In a sense, yes. It's seen as the day of the Lord, the beginning of the new creation, the ultimate eternal Passover or passage. Heaven touches earth in this celebration.
And it all comes back full circle to that simple, profound exchange.
Christ is risen.
Indeed, he is risen. It's not just words, it's an affirmation of this whole reality.
It's the anchor of the entire faith, really.
Okay, so wrapping things up from this deep dive, we've looked at the heart of the Orthodox Easter night, that incredible journey from darkness to light.
We've touched on the deep symbolism in the liturgy, the readings, the icons, the sensory experience.
Explored some of the amazing global traditions from Greek lamb to Russian kulich to Cretan bonfires.
And highlighted how that central greeting ties it all together across languages and cultures.
Showing Pascha isn't just memory, but this living experience of passage, of new creation.
And the main takeaway, I think, is that underlying all the diverse customs is this shared, powerful experience. Light overcoming darkness, incredible joy, spiritual renewal. That's the universal heart of Pascha.
Absolutely. And maybe that leaves us with something for our listeners to think about, regardless of their own background or beliefs.
Yeah.
How does this powerful idea of a new creation, of a definitive triumph over death and despair, resonate with your own search for hope, for meaning, for renewal in life? It's worth considering how these ancient, globally celebrated symbols of ultimate victory might speak to us even today.